Hello people, good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is for you. It is opening day in the state of Massachusetts. Yeah, we got in sort of late last night. We stayed with our buddy Steve Champa at his house, his new house, his awesome house. And we had an early morning, 2:30 morning, and an hour drive to the spot, but we're here now. This is the situation. We got a little field that we're just walking up from the road. We think the turkeys might be roosted in this back hill here. We're just gonna set up somewhere in this corner, be patient and make moves once we hear them. It's exciting. Opening day. Cody and I are back at it. The goal of this video, besides obviously filling a tag in Massachusetts, is to share with you all how Cody and I's turkey experience and lessons learned have progressed over time, kind of. So I am not a veteran turkey hunter. Before all the turkey hunts I filmed last season, I had only killed 2 turkeys behind my house just when I saw them back there. So my turkey hunting experience is limited until I started filming. It's really a fun challenge for me to see where I was as a turkey hunter before I started filming last year, and just watching and learning from Brett and John and Cody and Champa and all these guys, and sort of working it in my brain to a point where I can make it work for myself to fill a tag. It's exciting, it's fun. So one of the first things that I learned to do, which is more of an aggressive style of turkey hunting, but it works for us and how we do it, is first step is obviously finding the turkeys. And how you do that is situational, depending on your spot and what you're doing. In a morning like this, when we don't have a bird roosted, we're just kind of going off of historical data. We have no intel on birds here in this spot currently this year, but we know from years past that there has been birds in this area. So that's kind of how we picked this spot to start. We're sort of just banking on birds being in this piece, and if they're not, we're gonna run around, try and strike one from the road or walk some pieces until we find one. So that's an important thing to think about. If you don't have birds roosted, if you're going into a new area where you have no current intel on, historical data from a friend or yourself, it's very important and useful on getting close to birds and just finding birds in general. And ideally, if it goes right, we got really lucky and we found the birds first try off of historical data in the dark, and he comes into the decoy and does it right for us. If not, like if the birds aren't in there and they're not doing it right, we're moving on. There's a million ways to skin a cat. Everybody knows that. You could be as aggressive as we are being. You can be more aggressive than us. You can be less aggressive than us. But the way that Cody and I learned, and the way that we're trying to share with you how we learned to get on birds in a place we don't know where birds are, is to be aggressive. Get in your bubble quickly and make your adjustments based on what you find and see. If you have any questions on what we're doing and why we're doing it, ask away. If you have any suggestions on other things we could do to get on birds in an area where we don't have any current intel, let us know, because like I said, we're always learning, never not learning, and you always should be learning. Maybe it'll help you in the future or help you help somebody in the future. That's sort of the goal of this video, is to just use current and past knowledge of what we've learned to help you or somebody else. Let's find some turkeys, let's learn some stuff, let's have some fun.
So we have decided we don't think there's any birds that are right on this field, about to fly into this field. So the next step is to decide which one of the other gobblers that are further away we're going to approach. That was right where we were just talking about going. Alright, so after that shot, there was initial gobbles from the shot, but we haven't heard anything since. So we walked up the hill into the woods a little bit, didn't run into anything, didn't hear anything. So now the next step in the process is to repeat the attempts of finding birds. Found some birds, it didn't work out. Now we gotta restart it, find some birds, and hopefully it works out.
And the good thing is it's really wet out. So
it's a good day to see birds in the field. It's a great day to see birds in the field, which is another reason why we're more apt to do this instead of chase those birds that stopped gobbling. You know, they might keep gobbling later on, and maybe we'll hit them on the swing or something.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 long beards all by themselves. And I know where they're going, Cody. That's where.
There's 6 of them. Okay, let's get in front of them.
I know right where they're going. See you, boys.
There's hammers in there. That's 6 songbirds in a row.
That's pretty cool. That's what you want. Some places you walk to find birds, other places you drive. Alright, we drove down the road, parked, cut up a ditch. We're working this hedgerow down to where we were guessing we were going to intercept them, set up with the decoy and just wait for them to pop out of the woods from down below where we saw them. And they beat us to the spot we thought they were going to be. Good thing is, what our thoughts were on what the birds were going to do were correct. They came to exactly where we thought they were going to go to. The learning part of it is we sort of lollygagged once we saw them. We should have hurried up, parked the car, got out of the car as fast as possible, and done everything we could to get to the spot before them, because we knew it wasn't that far of a distance. And when we crested up out of the creek bank, we should have slowed down just a little bit more than we did, and we might have seen those birds before they saw us. Everybody talks about reps. We already got 2 reps in this morning, and we haven't really figured out what we're going to do next. We're going to keep looking for birds, but it's definitely going to be more reps. It's important to pause and talk about what went wrong, what could have gone differently, what we could have done differently, and what we learned. Something that we always, all of us always try and do that all the time. So we think there might still be some in the field over there. They probably worked off by now. So we're gonna slow play our way, either further in or out. They're maybe 150 yards, 200 yards. 200 yards. Yeah. We just heard a hen go off 60 yards on the other side of the corner of the field. So we sat down quick. Not the most ideal spot, but we're in their bubble. Now we can slow the pace down, figure out what's going on here. Directly to my left. They're nowhere here, boy. They're still right there. They're still gobbling. We'll let it play out a little. They're gonna get really close and not come into the field, I'm afraid. They're just over that lip, dude. I feel like if we were on the other side of the rock wall, that might be the difference maker in making them commit. Let's crawl. I want to leave the decoy. Crawl to the next rock we can shoot into the woods at. That ridge, we can at least pop up and shoot them now. Uh-oh. They probably saw us. They were really close when we crawled, when we made that move. That was the best move. Probably should have just sat still. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's exactly what we should have done.
I was putting pressure on the trigger, bringing it down on their head, and it just went off before I was down on them. I was like, it felt really good. Like I was smooth. I was just like, yeah. I'm not sure.
Nice shot in the second.
That one, that one was not high. That should have been a double, dude. They were just like you said. Their heads were like this, and it was just high. The bead was above their head when I squeezed it off. I wasn't ready for it to go off. It surprised me.
They were gobbling right on the other side.
That was awesome, Cody.
What you got to?
That was really stupid of me. I'm being honest. Like the gun just went off when I wasn't ready. I was slow squeezing, like putting pressure on the trigger, taking my exhale breath, and it just went off a hair before I was ready. They were really close. Oh, I'm shaking. He was a double beard. That was the one I was aiming at with the head lined up. God, that's such a weird one mix of emotions. You got one, but the one you're aiming for, that triple beard, you missed. Oh, that was awesome though, dude. Yeah.
They walked right by us.
Hey. That was really, really fun. It was stressful, but that made it much more fun. Yeah! Let's go. Our plan worked. The system worked. The process worked.
Bird. Like big.
He looks heavy. His legs are long. Ooh, he got good dark hooks.
Is he heavy?
Black. Yeah, he's heavy.
He seems heavy.
Yep. Oh, he's heavy, dude.
20 pounds. That's a bird.
Look at his butt. He's got a scar from fighting. I can't stop shaking. That was that was stressful. That was fun. That was exciting. Little confidence booster for my calling. Whew. Man.
And once you got them fired up, then they started marching.
That's what I didn't really talk about it in the opening interviews, but one of the things I wanted to work on, I have a lot I need to work on with my calling, but one of the things I wanted to focus on for this specific hunt and trip was that last little bit, closing the distance. Like eventually you got to match their energy. You have to be that mad hen.
Yeah.
And they just weren't hearing me when I was doing it. Or they were. They came up with a crest to it.
Yeah,
they were just going slow.
They weren't getting fired up. They were just hearing
Yeah.
you soft yelping. And I mean, they might have been coming, but they weren't really fired up.
That's something.
Those birds had the potential of being fired up.
If I knew how to do it.
And all you had to do was
exactly.
just get mad.
That was one of the things I knew I wanted to work on while we were out here, was just being that mad hen that'll close the distance on some gobblers like that. They were gobbling to me, soft calling deep into the woods. And then once I got on the glass and sort of got a little harder on them, they didn't gobble back at me, but that's what made them crest the hill. And that was just something that I knew I wasn't very good at, and I'm still not very good at, and wanted to work on, and did in this instance.
I mean, they walked right by, and then once they got out of sight, which was key.
The J-hook thing, yeah.
Once they got out of sight, then you started cutting on them and getting loud with them.
Yep, so that was perfect. That was what I wanted to get better at this trip, was closing that last gap on the gobblers. And I did. It wasn't pretty, but but I did it.
Yeah, good job, man.
Thanks, man.
That's a big bird, dude.
Yeah.
It's a big, solid bird.
He got good spurs, dark black ones.
I mean, he's heavy. Like, that's probably the heaviest bird I've felt in a long time.
Yeah. I kind of got to relate it to what I do know, is deer hunting. Is you want them to be in range of getting shot with, like, as soon as you see them. When they popped their heads over the ridge for the first time, we could have shot them if my gun was up and I wasn't calling. And when we first saw them out from behind this cover, we did shoot them. Learning curve for me, and that one is I could have easily had a double. You saw that triple beard walking in just perfect. What I'm gonna do next time, what I learned, I have to be more conscious of my slow squeeze. I have to get that bead down first and then start the slow squeeze, and I would have had a double right there. So a little disappointing, but not really, because we shot a slob 22 pounder and we got birds gobbling still. So
We should probably try to kill one of those.
That's that, dude. There's birds around. We learned a lot. We're gonna keep learning and keep following gobbles until noon today. Good hunt. Let's try and do it again.
Leave him there. We're gonna kill one of his brothers too. Get that double we were looking for.
$22.34.
22.4.
Healthy.
That's a healthy bird.
If you're one of the guys that's lucky enough to have more turkey experience than me, drop a comment below. Let us know what we did better, what we did poorly, what we can do differently next time. These cars are just perfect. Yeah, let us know what you think, because I'm still learning, Cody's still learning, everybody's always still learning. Let me know what you would have done differently or what I should do different next time. If you're one of the people that are going to use some of the advice that me and Cody learned from in this video, then that's awesome. That's what we wanted. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time.